Christian Horner's reign as Red Bull's pit boss could be rapidly drawing to a close, according to reports from Austria. With Horner at the helm, Red Bull have won 6 Formula One Constructors Championships, with the team's drivers winning the World Championship on 6 occasions since 2005. His side have dominated the last 4 years of the sport, though the back end of the 2024 season saw McLaren emerge as genuine contenders, and this year Red Bull have been outclassed by the British side. So far, Red Bull have only won 1 race, the Japanese Grand Prix, while McLaren drivers Lando Norris won and Oscar Piastri won the other 5. Worse still, consultant Helmut Marko and Max Verstappen, whose future is also far from certain, both expressed concerns over the level of performance the car is able to produce at times during the season. Now, reports are claiming that Red Bull could even part ways with Horner. After the upcoming Emilia Romagna Grand Prix at Imola, it comes after a difficult spell on a personal level for Horner, who in 2024 was accused by a female employee of coercive behavior, accusations he has always denied. In an internal war, the Austrian side of the company, headed by Mark Machitz, son of the energy drink company's founder Dietrich, were believed to want Horner out. The Englishman was seen as trying to seize too much power in the wake of Dietrich's death in 2022. The Verstappens were inclined to this camp. Horner, however, maintained the support of the tie end of the business, Dietrich's fellow Red Bull founder Shalem Juvita. He remained 51% co-owner of the wider company, as opposed to its F1 derivative, Red Bull GmbH. According to OE24, Red Bull have already been discussing potential successors, such as former Alpine boss Oliver Oakes, who only recently left his role there. Similarly, Franz Tosti, who led Red Bull's second team on the grid for many years, is also thought to be considered should a mid-season shakeup take place. However, despite the reports, sources close to Red Bull have informed Mail Sport that Horner's job is not at risk. Interestingly, Tosk's departure from the junior team came amid clashes with Horner, having left Formula One after 18 years in the sport with Toro Rosso and later AlphaTauri. During his time in this role, Tosk worked alongside future champions Verstappen and Sebastian Vettel, as well as Daniel Ricciardo. Former F1 boss Oliver Oakes, who only recently left his role at Alpine, is said to be among the names touted alongside Franz Tost, who led Red Bull's second team on the grid for many years. Despite the reports, sources close to Red Bull are said to have informed Mail Sport that Horner's job is not at risk. The futures of Red Bull consultant Helmut Marko and Nuon driver Verstappen has also come under scrutiny. Regardless, Horner will be under mountain pressure to reverse Red Bull's slide, with the team securing just 1 victory in 6 races. Verstappen has become increasingly frustrated with his team's regression since dominating both F1 championships in 2023. Red Bull finished 3rd in last year's Constructors Championship, with their star driver only just retaining his title after enduring a 10-race winless streak. A 5th successive triumph looks increasingly unlikely, with the 27-year-old already 32 points adrift of Oscar Piastri at the top. Verstappen has an early exit clause in his contract that could activate as early as this summer if Red Bull continues to underperform. The longtime Mercedes target, who has regularly said his priority is to be in a race-winning car, has also been linked with McLaren. Red Bull parting ways with Horner after Imola are thought to be wide of the mark. Horner's decision-making have only increased the growing scrutiny surrounding him following a series of decisions that have backfired. Sergio Perez was axed as Verstappen's teammate 6 months after being handed a 2-year contract extension. Despite then having just 11 Grand Prix to his name, Horner opted to promote Liam Lawson over Yuki Tsunoda, who had driven for Red Bull's sister team for the last 4 years. Red Bull then reversed that decision just 2 races into the 2025 season after Lawson endured a torrid tenure in the RB25. According to a Daily Mail report, Red Bull's Austrian leadership, led by Mark Machitz, son of late co-founder Dietrich Machitz, is reportedly considering Horner's removal after the upcoming Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. Horner is said to have amassed significant influence within the company following Machitz's death in 2022, Reports also suggest that both Jos and Max Verstappen are more closely aligned with the Austrian faction. So far, Horner has retained his role with the support of Red Bull's Thai ownership, led by Shalom Jovitha, co-founder and 51% owner of Red Bull's parent company, although not directly involved in Red Bull GmbH, which operates the F1 team. Austrian outlet OE24 has reported that the company is already exploring Horner's possible successors, including former Alpine boss Oliver Oakes and ex-Scuderia AlphaTauri team principal Franz Todt. Horner is currently focused on keeping Red Bull competitive amid rising pressure from rivals, especially McLaren's Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris, and Mercedes driver George Russell. Verstappen has only secured one Grand Prix victory this year, in Japan, and has openly discussed his struggles with the pace of the current Red Bull car. Just before the start of the 2025 Formula One season, the misconduct case against Horner resurfaced, grabbing headlines again. An email allegedly containing evidence related to the complaint was reportedly sent to over 100 senior figures in F1. However, the issue faded from public attention as the season got underway, beginning with chaotic rain-affected conditions in Australia. Amid all this, Horner is now also dealing with speculation that Verstappen may be considering a move away from Red Bull, frustrated with ongoing performance issues. The Dutch driver has already stated he is getting the maximum possible out of the car. The New Zealander was then dropped after just 2 races and replaced by Yuki Tsunoda, who has similarly struggled to make an impact. According to Austrian outlet OE24, Red Bull have already identified potential successors to Horner should they decide to part ways with their long-serving team principal. Former Alpine boss Oliver Oakes is reportedly one of the leading candidates. The 37-year-old recently resigned from his position after just 9 months in charge. Franz Todt is also being considered for the role. The experienced Austrian previously led Red Bull's sister team for 18 years under its various guises as Toro Rosso and later AlphaTauri. The Austrian side of the company, led by Mark Mateschitz, reportedly wanted Horner removed, while he maintained support from the Thai ownership. Tensions have also emerged between Horner and team advisor Helmut Marko, with the pair frequently contradicting each other in public statements. Max Verstappen's father, Jos, has been openly critical of Horner's leadership, further destabilizing the once dominant team. Franz Todt is also said to be in contention, having previously served as team principal at Scuderia AlphaTauri, now racing Bulls. He left the team in 2023. AMN reports over clashes with Horner and disagreements over the structure of the Red Bull development program. Horner has been in position, Sickney, 2005. During his tenure, Red Bull have won 6 Constructors Championships and 8 Drivers' titles, with Verstappen having topped the standings for the last 4 years. However, the ex-Formula 2 driver came under intense scrutiny last year after being accused of inappropriate behavior by a female employee at Red Bull. He was cleared following an internal investigation, despite calls to resign from the likes of Verstappen's father, Jos Petre. The Austrian is said to have grown frustrated at Horner's behavior and management style, with the pair regularly contradicting each other in public during the last 12 months.